Hi, it's Sue. Thanks for joining me for today's Bible reading. This is the reading for March 22nd, and I'm reading Judges 10 through 12. Verse 1. After Abimelech, Tola the son of Puah, the son of Dodo, a man of Issachar, arose to save Israel. So this is another judge that they're about to talk about, named Tola, Tola. And by the way, don't forget to look at that Bible Project overview that's linked in the description. It'll give you a little picture of who these judges were. Um, he lived in Shamir in the hill country of Ephraim. He judged Israel 23 years and died and was buried in Shamir. After him, Jair, the Gileadite, arose, and he judged Israel 22 years. He had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkey colts, and they had 30 cities, which are called Havoth Jair to this day, which are in the land of Gilead. Jair died and was buried in Kamon, Kamon. The children of Israel again did that which was evil in Yahweh's sight and served the Baals, the Ashtoreth, the gods of Syria, the gods of Sidon, the gods of Moab, the gods of the children of Ammon, the gods of the Philistines. They abandoned Yahweh and didn't serve him. Yahweh's anger burned against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of the Philistines and into the hand of the children of Ammon. They troubled and oppressed the children of Israel that year. For 18 years they oppressed all the children of Israel that were beyond the Jordan in the land of the Amorites, which is in Gilead. The children of Ammon passed over the Jordan to fight also against Judah and against Benjamin and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was very distressed. The children of Israel cried to Yahweh, saying, We have sinned against you, even because we have forsaken our God and have served the Baals. Yahweh said to the children of Israel, Didn't I save you from the Egyptians and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon and from the Philistines? The Sidonians also and the Amalekites and the Maonites oppressed you, and you cried to me, and I saved you out of their hand. Yet you have forsaken me and served other gods. Therefore I will save you no more. Go and cry to the gods which you have chosen. Let them save you in the time of your distress. The children of Israel said to Yahweh, We have sinned. Do you to us what seems good to you, only deliver us, please, today. They put away the foreign gods from among them and served Yahweh, and his soul was grieved for the misery of Israel. Then the children of Ammon were gathered together and encamped in Gilead. The children of Israel assembled themselves together and encamped at Mizpah. The princes of Gilead, said to one another, Who is the man who will begin to fight against the children of Ammon? He shall be head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a prostitute. Gilead became the father of Jephthah. Gilead's wife bore him sons. When his wife's sons grew up, they drove Jephthah out and said to him, You will not inherit our father's house, for you are the son of another woman. Then Jephthah fled from the brothers and lived in the land of Tob. Outlaws joined up with him, and they went out with him. After a while, the children of Ammon made war against Israel. When the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to get Jephthah out of the land of Tob. They said to him, Come and be our chief, that we may fight the children of Ammon. He said to the elders of Gilead, Didn't you hate me and drive me out of my father's house? Why have you come to me now when you are in distress? The elders of Gilead said to him, Therefore we have turned again to you now, that you may go with us and fight the children of Ammon. You will be our head over all our inhabitants of Gilead. Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, If you bring me home again to fight with the children of Ammon, and Yahweh delivers them before me, will I be your head? The elders of Gilead said to him, Yahweh will be witness between us. Surely we will do what you say. Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and chief over them. Jephthah spoke all the words before Yahweh in Mizpah. Jephthah sent messengers to the king of the children of Ammon, saying, What have you to do with me, that you have come to me to fight against my land? The king of the children of Ammon answered to the messengers at Jephthah, Because Israel took away my land when he came out of Egypt, from the Arnon even to the Jabbok and to the Jordan. So this has been generations, and they still want reparations here. It sounds like the Palestinians and Israel constant feuding, one of those type issues. So he said, Israel took away my land when he came up out of Egypt, from the Arnon even to the Jabbok and to the Jordan. Now therefore restore the territory again peaceably. Jephthah sent messengers again to the king of the children of Ammon, and he said to him, Thus says Jephthah, Israel didn't take away the land of Moab nor the land of the children of Ammon, but when they came up out of Egypt, and Israel went through the wilderness to the Red Sea and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messengers to the king of Edom, saying, Please let me pass through your land. But the king of Edom didn't listen. In the same way he sent to the king of Moab, but he did not he would not, and Israel stayed in Kadesh. Then they went through the wilderness and went around the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and encamped on the other side of the Arnon. But they didn't come within the border of Moab, for the Arnon was the border of Moab. Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, and King Heshbon, and Israel said to him, "Please let us pass through your land to my place." But Sihon didn't trust Israel to pass through his border. But Sihon gathered all his people together and encamped in Jahaz and fought against Israel. Yahweh, the God of Israel, delivered Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they struck them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country. They possessed all the border of the Amorites from the Arnon even to the Jabbok, and from the wilderness even to the Jordan. So now Yahweh, the God of Israel, has dispossessed the Amorites from before his people Israel. And should you possess them? Won't you possess that which Chemosh your God gives you to possess? So whoever Yahweh our God has dispossessed from before us, them will we possess. Now are you anything better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel, or did he ever fight against them? While Israel lived in Heshbon and its towns, and Ar and its towns, and all the cities that are along the side of the Arnon, 300 years, why didn't you recover them within that time? See? See? You're like, this was hundreds of years ago. Why are you saying something about it now? It's just a lame argument. I therefore have not sinned against you, but you do wrong to war against me. May Yahweh the judge be judged today between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon. So again, so many parallels here. It reminds me of the Indians that were driven, the Native Americans driven away or into corners, if you will, in the US. It also reminds me of just two people fighting. Each one has their version of the story, and the accuser says, "You did this to me," and the defender says, "That's not how it went at all. I wouldn't do that to you. That's not what happened." And so they have a different versions of the story. Coming down to verse 28. However, the king of the children of Ammon didn't listen to the words of Jephthah, which he sent him. So he was trying to reason with him. Right? Okay, so he didn't listen. Then Yahweh's spirit came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead. And from Mizpah of Gilead he passed over to the children of Ammon. Jephthah vowed a vow to Yahweh and said, "If you will indeed deliver the children of Ammon into my hand, then it shall come to pass that whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, it shall be Yahweh's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering." So, mistake. All the red flags and ding, ding, ding signals should be going off right now, because, first of all, it's foolish to say that because he doesn't know who or what's going to come out of his door. It's a rash promise. Foolish, very foolish. Secondly, it's almost like witchcraft here. He's trying to bargain with God and offer a burnt offering that's not within the instructions of how burnt offerings should be. So it's like there's a word I'm looking for. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, it's not an acceptable sacrifice. Strange fire, you could call it. 32. So Jephthah passed over to the children of Ammon to fight against them, and Yahweh delivered them into his hand. Now, does that mean God delivered them into his hand because of his promise, his vow? No, I don't think so. I beg to argue that. I think God did it for a reason, maybe because of prior covenants and prior things that God has said or done, or to reinforce the fact that he had given this land to the Israelites before that first time that Jephthah referenced. But I don't think it was because of his vow right now. This is just off the top of my head. So it says, I leave off again. So Jephthah passed over to fight. Yahweh delivered them into his hand. Verse 33, he struck them from Aor until you come to Minnith, even 20 cities, and to Abel Sheramim with a very great slaughter. So the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. Jephthah came to Mizpah to his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with tambourines and dances. She was his only child. Beside her he has neither son nor daughter. When he saw her, he tore his clothes and said, "Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low. You are the one who troubled me, for I have opened my mouth to Yahweh, and I can't go back." She said to him, my father, you have opened your mouth to Yahweh. Do to me according to that which has proceeded out of your mouth, because Yahweh has taken vengeance for you on your enemies, even on the children of Ammon. Now, how do we understand that mindset? That's so difficult to understand. For one thing, I mean, you could just sit here and meditate on this for a while, which I'm not going to do. But I do want to point out, he believed in those vows that he made to God, even though, his thinking had to have been messed up a little bit for reasons I mentioned a minute ago. And then apparently the daughter believed that and was self-sacrificing to the point, of this greater good that she perceived happening. Because she said, do to me according to that which has proceeded out of your mouth. So she believes in the power of those words and a vow. So it says, she said to her father, let this thing be done to me. Leave me alone 2 months that I may depart and go down on the mountains and bewail my virginity, I and my companions. He said, go. He sent her away for 2 months, and she departed, she and her companions, and mourned her virginity on the mountains. Now, why was that so important to her that she never would have children? So interesting. At the end of 2 months, she returned to her father, who did with her according to his vow, which he had vowed. She was a virgin. It was customary in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to celebrate the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, 4 days in a year. Boy, I need some backstory on all that. That is really something. Okay, last chapter here. It's very short. 12 verse 1. The men of Ephraim were gathered together and passed northward, and they said to Jephthah, why did you pass over to fight against the children of Ammon and didn't call us to go with you? Will you burn your house around you with fire? Jephthah said to them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, you didn't save me out of their hand. When I saw that you didn't save me, I put my life in my hand and passed over against the children of Ammon, and Yahweh delivered them into my hand. Why then have you come up to me today to fight against me? Then Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought with Ephraim. The men of Gilead struck Ephraim because they said, you are fugitives of Ephraim, you Gileadites in the middle of Ephraim and in the middle of Manasseh. The Gileadites took the fords of the Jordan against the Ephraimites. When the fugitives of Ephraim said, let me go over, the men of Gilead said to them, are you an Ephraimite? If he said no, then they said to him, now say Shibboleth. And he said Shibboleth, for he couldn't manage to pronounce it right. Then they seized him and killed him at the fords of the Jordan. At that time, 42, neither can I pronounce it right. So funny. So they recognized them by their speech. At that time, 42,000 of Ephraim fell. Jephthah judged Israel 6 years. Then Jephthah, the Gileadite, died and was buried in the cities of Gilead. After him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel. He had 30 sons and 30 daughters and sent outside the clan. Wait a minute, back up. Verse 9. He had 30 sons and 30 daughters he sent outside his clan, and 30 daughters he brought in from outside his clan for his sons. He judged Israel 7 years. Ibzan died and was buried at Bethlehem. After him, Elon the Zebulunite judged Israel, and he judged Israel 10 years. Elon the Zebulunite died and was buried in Aijalon in the land of Zebulun. After him, Adon the son of Hillel the Pirathonite judged Israel. He had 40 sons and 30 sons who rode on 70 donkey colts. He judged Israel 8 years. Abdon the son of Hillel the Pirathonite died and was buried in Pirathon in the land of Ephraim in the hill country of the Amalekites. That's it for today's reading. God bless you today, and I'll talk to you later.